Hello friends, Ryan from Mana Bluff here, and another Magic 2015 draft. What do we have in our opening pack? Raise the Alarm catches my eye. Mercurial Pretender is good, Caustic Tar is good, but I don't feel like they're like back-breaking cards in any deck. They're just good. Same with Rats, Coral Barrier. I feel like Raise the Alarm is just like a super key card in the Convoke deck. So I think that's the one I'm going to go with. Just finding like, the little important pieces to any type of deck that's just gonna like make or break it. But there's other really good cards. Like I said, Coral Bear is good. Sign of Blood's a good card. Shaman of the Spring's a good card. But Raise the Alarm is like premium in the deck that wants it. Someone passed me a Cone of Flame and a Triplicate Spirits, so that's really interesting. Cone of Flame's great. Having picked a Raise the Alarm, I mean, Triplicate Spirits and Cone of Flame are almost equal, right? Am I stupid? Are you guys like shouting at me right now for even considering that? Cone of Flame's insane, but passing a third, like someone just took like a money rare, I assume, or like a soul or something, or a planeswalker. I think we're gonna take the Triplicate Spirits. It'd be really rare circumstances where I would take a Triplicates over a Cone, but knowing that those were passed and just to Raise the Alarm into a Triplicate Spirits, that's just a really powerful start to a super powerful deck. I'm happy to go there, and maybe we get rewarded where like my opponent or my drafter next to me stays away from both those colors, knowing they were passed. So I get like even like the better red and white later on. Here's a Skirmisher, which is really key for the deck. Really nice Willforged Golem, though we might be able to get that or more Triplicate Spirits. Frostlink, a premium blue spell, which would work in this deck. Crowd's Favor, a good combat trick. But just taking a solid 2-drop in the color I already am, I'm very happy with. That's going to be the same line of reasoning with the Swiftclaw. Phyrexian Revoker would be good too. I'm not necessarily doing an artifact deck yet, though. Jason Ingenuity is fine, but it's not where I want to be, where I am with white right now. And even though it's a really powerful card, it's so opposite the game plan I have that I don't want to move into it. Here's Fester Gloom, which completely hoses me, but whatever. Fester Gloom. I always say Fester Bloom, but it's gloom, like gloomy, sad. So gloomy. Oh, so very gloomy. Okay, so red's gonna be my second color. There's a Lightning Strike. Pillar Light would be good too, but this is just too awesome. Someone passed me a Cone, which means third pack we should also have some decent red. It's not a bummer, but we are passing other like very playable red, so I do foresee someone to my left also kind of going, oh, maybe I should stay in red after picking that Cone of Flame. But we're happy to go base white and just pick up the premium red pieces. I'm very okay with that. I don't know why there's a 5th pick Lightning Strike. There could have been like a Stoke the Flames and a Cone of Flames in this pack as well. But wowzers. Wowzers. Yeah, if I were to think of 5 cards to start a deck with in a draft, this might be some of them. I'm still not too sure if Triplicate Spirits was the right pick over Cone of Flames. In hindsight, I really like it because I like what we have going on here, but I'm not too sure. Here, I might take the Frenzied Goblin. I do like having 1-drops, and Selfless Cathar is good. They're probably comparable, with Selfless Cathar being a little bit better, but I'm actually kind of thinking more about cutting the red, just to kind of keep my person to my left maybe out of red who picked the Cone of Flames. It's kind of a rough call, but you can get a Selfless Cathar, or I can get a Selfless Cathar when I want it. Like, I mean, and you don't necessarily want 20 bazillion of them, and there's other types of 1-drops like the Soul Mender that can replace them in general. But let's just be clear about that. Selfless Cathar I think would be a better card in this deck, but I'm kind of happy to try to hedge into red and try to set myself up for a little more success in the draft with pack 2 when it's coming from the other direction. Since so far we've only passed 1 pack with any red... Oh, it's 2 packs. 1 pack after the Cone of Flames pack, I think. What did I open? Did I even open a good red card? I don't remember. I know I took the Raise as like a key card. Illusory Angel would actually be really good in this deck. But having gotten a Lightning Strike so late means I really do want to try to stay on the red plan if possible. So we'll take a Hammerhand, which could go in if we end up getting a really ridiculous aggressive curve. Hammerhand could actually be played fairly easily. It doesn't matter. I think I'm a little too paranoid of, like, cutting red, right? Yeah, let's take the aim. Let's hedge. Red could easily just not end up happening. Crowd's favor, though. Hello. Taking that over marked by honor, for sure. It's a really good combat trick. White just disappeared. I'll take a Torch Fiend over the Soul Mender. Sign in Blood's really good. Shouldn't be in the pack, but I'm not going to take another speculative pick, especially when there's a good 2-drop. Yeah. And I want to be cutting red, right? Here's a late marked by honor. Well, not late. I guess late. I mean, it's not normally like the last pick, but it's a good card. I'd play one of them. Miner's Bane over... I want another Crowd's Favor, actually. If I'm going to aggressive deck, this is just fantastic. Really, really good combat trick. We'll cut the Wall of Fire just for signaling purposes. Alright, so blue hasn't really been happening. Little bummed that white stopped coming around. So maybe someone 2 down, or I don't know. Maybe the person left me jumped into it and passed me the Trip Spirits and was kind of thinking of what I was thinking with the red pass. Don't know. Could see myself being rewarded, but would nice to have in that first pack picked up one of the first. I never remember the name of this card. I had this in another recording too. That Anthem, the uncommon Anthem. Gosh, so many good cards. We'll pass the Nightfire Giant because we don't need a splash. Is Lightning Strike better than Stoke the Flames? No, but they're both insane, so we'll take this guy. Stoke the Flames. It makes the mana a little bit more difficult, but it's just too good. Sucks that Lightning Strike's being passed. We love Midnight Guard. That's kind of like what I'm thinking about, like white being just kind of gone in the first pack. Things like the Midnight Guards where you normally pick up mid-pack were just surprisingly absent. So we just solidified ourselves in red with a Lightning Strike and Stoke the Flames. Maybe blue's the card we, or the color, or maybe white is the color we ditch for blue. What the heck is the name of that card? It's the 4 and a white. Creatures control get +2/+1, and white creatures get first strike. It's the Anthem. Why can't I remember it? Hello, Flesh to Dust. I think we'll take a Pillar over an Oppressive Raise. Generally just because you can get an Oppressive Raise easily. I think I only want one of each in the deck. I'm bummed there's not a more powerful white or red spell. Wall of Essence is okay, but we actually have some good 2-drops, and we're not really looking to go late and like wait for anything. We actually want to be more on the aggressive side. And Pillar is just a good removal spell. We have 2 good removal spells already, and Oppressive Waves, again, will be good, but I don't really need it here. Sanctified Charge. That's the one, and I'm definitely grabbing it right now. Don't care about first response. Still more black and decent blue. No red. I don't think I'm going to see much red in the rest of this pack. Happy to get a Sanctified Charge. Where's my like triplicate spirits that should be passed to me? Do I want a Sliver or a Pegasus? I want a Pegasus. I already have one marked by honor. Sliver is quite nice, but we have some good removal spells, so I don't necessarily need it. And I just want a nice low curve if we're doing the triplicate spirits convoke thing. Here's a Siege Worm, which would be cool. Bronze Sable I'd put in the deck. But yeah, 2-drops. 2-drops that are white. That's what I want. White 2-drops. Another Crowd's Favor might be a little overkill. Evolving Wilds I might grab in order to possibly do a, like if we had that Nightfire Giant magically come up again, that would be kind of cool. It's pretty easy to splash. Yeah, I don't really need a 3rd Crowd's Favor, and in general I might even see one later on in the draft. Foundry Street Denizen wouldn't take. I would take the Torch Fiend, not Torch Fiend, the other devil, the good devil. I forget what it's called. How do I not remember these cards' names? I'll take another Torch Fiend. I was going to take a Solemn Offering for the board, but another 2-drop, that's good. May not play both of them if we get better 2s, but I'd rather have that than just a dorky sideboard card. Well, there's another Torch Fiend. I don't think I want that, but then I don't really want a Rummaging Goblin in this deck. Alright, 2-drops. 2-drops for days. Rough Rider's good. Forge Devil's good. Oppressive Waves is fine. I want the 3-drop, though. I do really want a Forge Devil. Forge Devil's really good. It's also good against me. But in general, I'd be happy if I skewed more towards white, so I don't want to have that many red 1-drops. And again, I just want to... This is a curve pick, really. Forge Devil is definitely a stronger card, especially in this format. I think we've all figured that one out. If I could just get one more Signified Charge and one more Triplicate Spirits, I'd be happy. Hey, there's that Midnight Guard that even tabled. Very happy about that. And again, that's what I was saying about the first pack not having... Where's this white going? All the, you know, very mediocre middle white. I love this deck right now, right? I don't want to be playing all these Torch Fiends. It's probably the only things I'm really excited to be cutting. Maybe the Frenzied Goblin as well. I don't think we really got paid off for, you know, taking little cuts here and there. Red, I mean, someone stuck to the Cone of Flame pick and went for it. So there you go. Maybe it's time for the Hammer Hand. I don't think this is a Blast Firebolt deck. Already having a Lightning Strike and a Stoke the Flames means I'm a little less interested, plus a Midnight Guard. I think I just want to kind of go on the aggressive. Could just cut Fester Gloom because it hoses me, but that's going to happen. Any black deck is going to have their Fester Gloom. It's just something I have to know and play around. We'll take the Goblin now. That's fine. Hopefully won't play it. There's no way we're going to be short on playables here, so that's a positive. Sure. Unplayable artifacts for days. Yeah, I'd feel really confident if I can pick up one Signified Charge, one Triplicate Spirits, be really greedy, try to get like a Cone of Flames or another Lightning Strike in this last pack. And then we just have a Booker's deck. Or, you know, a Soul of Theros or a Soul of Chandelar on color. Even a Soul of New Phyrexia. I mean, while we're dreaming, while I'm sitting here thinking about what would just be ideal in this draft. Oh my gosh, I called it! I so hands down called it. Happy day! Alright, so we're slamming the Soul of Chandelar. What else is in the pack? Marauder would be great, we would take. Don't need another Evolving Wilds. Mark Brown, I already have one. Probably only want one. This pack isn't that good. Gosh, this is an amazing pack for me to open. An Insane Bomb. Plus, like, there's really nothing good for other people. Sunblade Elf, we don't really need to splash, even though I could. Mesh Predicaments is great, but Inferno Fist is the way to rock it here. Surprising, we don't have the Grab Enchantment card. Ajani's... Is it Ajani? No, Heliod's Pilgrim, or whatever it's called. Oh, it's right there. Haha, Heliod's Pilgrim, right in front of me. I want this card, but only after I take the Inferno Fist. Man, am I stoked for this Soul. Marauder is fantastic. It's the best 2-drop of the 3 in the pack. The thing is, with a Sanctified Charge, do I want to prioritize the other 2s? Let's start being really picky since we have a very powerful deck right now, and only play kind of like the premium cards. I say premium, like all the like really good rounders. Marked Browner works way better with Sungrace, Pegasus, plus we have an Inferno Fist now, and the Pegasus goes with the Sanctified Charge. But I love the Marauder. I think it's really just that much better at the 2 toughness, 3 down. And I think red was a little bit less around, so I might even get a Pegasus in this pack again, which I would love. Still, I'm just glad to have another 2-drop. Sanctified Charge, yes please. Mongrel would also make the deck, even though we don't have artifacts. But since we don't have artifacts, the Sanctified Charge is way more important here. We have really 10 creatures because of Raise the Alarm and Triplicate Spirits. Bone would get another Triplicate Spirits, but who cares? We have a Soul of Chandelar. Duh. Now I do kind of wish we had more white creatures, but I'll take another Inferno Fist. Do I need to worry about creatures at this point? I have plenty of 2-drop Torch Fiends to add into the creature curve. Maybe we get rid of the Pillar of Light and have 2 Inferno Fists. It means, gosh, now I kind of wish I had that Pegasus. Or one of Heliod's Pilgrims. 2-drop or Willforged Golem? We're not an amazing Convoke deck. Like, we don't have 2 Raise the Alarms, and we don't have, like, you know, a bunch of 3-drops, and our low creatures. I mean, I guess our curve's fine, but we're kind of low on the creature count. I want more 2s, and I can add in more 2s. I think it's just a little bit better for rounding out the deck, the Golem, because this is basically a 2-1 in red. Yeah, something dies, you might be able to go off with a First Strike and Haste, and I have ways to kill for sure, but it's a little inconsistent, and I already have the 20 bazillion Torch Fiends. I'd rather just have another, like, strong Convoke dude. Now we'll take the Mongrel, and it will be played, just to, like, have, like, you know, something beefy. It might, even with the Golem, like, have a, you know, something kind of big going with it. Armory, despite having a Mongrel, I mean, a Mongrel isn't a reason to play the Armory. Clear the path for the board. Wall of Fire we already have. I don't care about. Peel from Reality is just good. There's like no defenders that I care about, right? I'm just gonna cut the peel. It's a really good card. Aeronaut Tinker is really good. Do I want a third Crowd's Favor? I think 2 is all I really want in the deck, right? I think our 23rd card right now, 23rd card right now is another Torch, or is a Torch Fiend. But I'll cut it. I might end up wanting it. Would love a Pegasus, another Pegasus, but I don't think that's happening. Is it that pack? This pack? No. It's the next pack. Solemn Offering actually is a sideboard card that I want. Little light on the creatures, so again, we might have to substitute some of the cards we have in with these Torch Fiends here. But what do I do then? We're at 12 creatures, because I'm counting Triplicate Spirits and Raise the Alarm as creatures, of course. Maybe Pillar of Light's just sideboard just because our cards are so good? I mean, 2 Inferno Fist, Lightning Strikes, Stoke the Flames, boom. 2 Sanctified Charges, boom. Just wish we had more white creatures to make the first strike Sanctified Charge really good. Still, 2 Sanctified Charges with just 1 Triplicate Spirits is worth playing. Alright, we'll get rid of Mind Rot because that can get us with our soul. Negate, Fins, Crush. I don't think any of these I care about. Right? Because Negate's the most annoying against my Sanctified Charges. Alright. Certainly not a perfect deck, but hard to complain considering the power level in it. And then, again, I just have to decide how do I want to really build this. I think ideally I actually have 2 Torch Fiends in and really have a lot of 2-drops to get going. But then what am I cutting? Maybe Mongrel's just not that good, but we're so... Just like, we don't have any 4-drops in creatures. Maybe ditch 1 Crowd's Favor since we have, you know, 2 Inferno Fists. Pillar of Light I'm liking less and less if we just want to go fast. We're going to be base red on our mana base because of our 2 double red spells. We only have a Triplicate Spirits at double white, which we're pretty much going to be convoking anyway. Here's the current deck. 13 creatures. I think it's going to have to be correct to put another Torch Fiend in. Which I don't love, but I definitely like, especially with 2 Inferno Fists. We can kind of be pretty fast here. And maybe take out a Pillar of Light. Maybe the Marked by Honor. I think Golem's going to be good enough because of the Convoke. We don't need the Evolving Wilds for anything, but sometimes I just play it just for value, just to smooth out the curve. That's never being played. Well, let me do this on pause. You don't have to watch me dick around. Alright, and then here's the breakdown of the deck. Solemn Offering in the sideboard. I think I'll play the Volume Wilds. I'm just the person who I like it because I just think it helps smooth out what you need. And I think that is more relevant than often when you draw it and you just wish you had a land you could play right on the turn. I think that tends to be the case. Could be wrong, especially in an aggressive deck like this where I just want to have the 2 drops. So I'll figure that out. And actually, like I was saying, our mana really isn't that bad since Trip Spirits is Convoke and we're going to be basically Convoking each turn. So yeah, I probably won't play the Volley Wilds. There's no need. Don't need a 3rd Crowd's Favor or the Hammerhand. We have way better enchantments. Torch Fiend, we already got 2 in. Rummage Goblin, even though we're low on 3 drops, I told you I don't like. It's not with my game plan here. The Torch Fiends are the weakest cards, and I kind of want to cut one. But I'm also only at 14 creature spells right now, and I don't think I want to go less than that, especially with Convoking and wanting to be aggressive. So I'm going to keep it this way. Even argument to bring in a Torch Fiend, but I'm just having such a hard time deciding what spell to cut. The Crowd favors actually like quite a bit just to be able to keep pushing through the damage early. The Inferno Fists, Lightning Strikes, Stoke the Flames are definitely in. Same with Sanctified Charges, even though they're not insane in my deck, but they're just great finishers for aggression, which really means it comes down to the Pillar and the Marked by Honor. I only have one Pegasus for the Marked by Honor. I don't have a way to search up enchantments, and this doesn't make something difficult to deal with, but I think what I like more is just having good removal spells. The argument could be to have the Pillar of Light out, because we're going to be hopefully going fast enough to where anything with toughness 4 or greater we get rid of. You know what? Yeah, I actually want to do that. I'm going to make Pillar of Light the sideboard card. I think Marked by Honor could be, like, if we consider it something like this. Pretty cool. There's not a lot of 2s or 3s we want to suit up, but a Midnight Guard or Sungrace Pegasus with it. Yeah, I just have a lot of good targets for Marked by Honor. Never mind. If I had better targets, it would be Marked by Honor. Because we have such good removal with our 4 nice removal spells that we don't necessarily need the Pillar of Light. But Marked by Honor has a Sungrace Pegasus and a Midnight Guard to make it like a really good target. And the rest are kind of like dorky. So instead we just want to keep like busting through with our aggression here. I feel actually pretty confident about that now. Might even be right in once we see the matchup if we're not playing against a red deck or a black deck, i.e. cards that take out X1s. I'm thinking Crippling Blight here or the Forge Devil. We might want to even bring in our other Torch Fiend instead of the Pillar of Light and just keep going on the aggression. This is what I like right now. Is 10-7 where I want to be? It's okay. I definitely want 10 for the double souls, right? So do I bring in Evolving Wilds and cut a mountain? The only reason why I think so hard on this is not because of the number of white spells, but because I do want to reliably be casting the 2-drops. And the good 2-drops are plains. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drop down the mountain and play the Evolving Wilds. No, because I have a 1-drop that I want to be playing when I can. Yeah, 10-7. We'll do it. It's a little not where I want to be. I don't know why I don't like that. Just look at this early part of the curve. I feel like 9-8 might be more appropriate. 9 should be enough to get my Stoke with Convoke on, so that's fine. And the Soul, by the time you get to 6, 9 should be alright as well. Yeah, the Convoke thing I think I was a little caring too much with the double cost. I forgot. We have Convoke with Stoke the Flame, so 9-8 seems much better. Great. I love it. Go Mythic Rares. Let's see how we do.